We're going to continue writing some functions related to strings. And the next one we're going to write is a Boolean function called palindrome. So let's define. I want to pass in a string. We'll just call it S, and we want to check to see if it's a palindrome or not. So to check to see if something is a palindrome, let's, for example, let's say we want madam is a palindrome. Well, the first M here is at location 0. I want to compare that with the one at location -1. Okay, then I want to compare the one at location 1 with the one at location -2. Now I need to go halfway through. So if it's an odd number, this middle character will not be duplicated. If it's an even number, every character will have a duplicate on the other side. So what I need to do is go halfway through, and I can do that with a for loop. So let's do that. So for character in I want to do a number here. There's two ways to go through a string. We can either go through like we did up here and have a character variable that takes on the value of every character in the string, or we can count our way through the string. So for I in, and I need to know how many characters there are on the screen in the string, so I've got to do range of the length of the string. So, and I want to do that divided by 2 because I only need to go halfway through. I mean, there's nothing wrong with going all the way through, but there's no need to do it. Since every time we compare something in the front half, we're not comparing with something else in the back half. We'd just be reversing the process the second time through. So we'll go halfway through. What I want to do is I want to check to see if the string at character position I, first time it'll be 0, is equal to the string at the other end. I'm going to call that position J. And actually what I want to check to see is if they're not equal. If they're not equal, then I know I don't have a palindrome and I can return false. Okay. Now, what I also need to do here is I need to define I. I've got an error message here. I'm sure it's telling me that I is not or J is not defined, rather. And so J is going to be my pointer that starts at this. I is going to start at this end and work to the right. J is going to start at this end and work to the left. So if I want to start at the far end, I need to start at J equals -1. And then if I want to move to the left every time, I've got to do J equals J -1. And then I go back and I check the next character at position I and at position J. I has moved forward 1, J has moved backwards 1. So now we're comparing the second character from the front and the second character from the back. Okay, when I fall out of this loop, if I do fall out of the loop, it means that I compared all of them and this never happened. I never returned false. So I didn't find any characters that didn't match. So it must be a palindrome. So I'm going to return true. Okay, so we should probably try that at least twice. Print is palindrome, and we will do madam, and that should give us true. And then we'll do whoops. Then we'll do print is palindrome. I'm just going to make up a string here, A, B, C, and then we'll do A, B, C again, and then we'll do C, B, A. Okay, so that one's an interesting example because the first 3 are going to match the last 3, but then I'm going to compare the A right here with the C that's over here, and they will not match, so I should get a true for the first one, a false for the second one. Let's go ahead and run it. And I get a true and a false. So that one appears to be working as well. And we're going to keep these videos short, so that's the end of that function.